Hello and welcome everyone. Hopefully everyone that tuned into the live stream enjoyed it. And those that missed it, don't worry, there will be another one relatively soon. And if I haven't done one within 2 weeks, then you can just shout at me. That's perfectly acceptable as well. Unfortunately, I did lose track of time during it, so I didn't record an episode of Nichijou. So I'm now rushing to get it out before before it's too late. Hopefully you can forgive me for that, because it might not be up to the same poor standard. But Nichijou is one of those shows that you can just kick back and kind of enjoy and just indulge yourself in. So let's just enjoy it. Episode 22. Let's go. Okay. Wondering why they're now delving into space travel. I was about to say the sciences that mankind has managed to... Well, it was science, I guess. Many reports, but not really any confirmed. We're back with... Oh yeah, he had his hair shaved off, didn't he? It's slowly growing back. Yep. Without empirical evidence, you can't take anything for granted. Can't take anything for fact. Such as the existence of ghosts. And unfortunately, analogy is not evidence. It's not analogy? That's the wrong one. Personal anecdotes. That's what I meant. Doesn't count. I saw a ghost once. Cool, can you prove it? No. Of course, I would like the supernatural to exist, but unfortunately, I have somewhat of an inquisitive scientific mind, and I can't just allow it without some sort of evidence backing it up. Was Nano a cat just then? And have I missed that each time? Okay. But he doesn't believe in ghosts. Okay. A good way. Is it just like medicine? Hmm. Unfortunately, going to extremes like this to disprove it isn't helping either. He went in with too much muster. He was too zealous in proving it wrong. Call an ambulance. Quote unquote professional. Or You gotta give it to him that he doesn't half do things, does he? Yep, this is close to getting him sectioned. That was some good self-defense there. Is he so invested in the routine that he didn't realise he just threw him through the floor? This is not the way to do it. And this is not the way to conduct experiments. And just disproving this one guy doesn't confirm or deny the supernatural. That's a good... Something good to take away from that. What you should fear is people. Okay, kind of creepy. Oh yeah, she practices the can't remember what it's called now. Is it kendo? That doesn't really... Well, maybe she just kind of stopped caring. You know, people can grow out of phases. And then she takes this quite seriously, but just attacking people randomly in the street with their back turned isn't proving your skill. And she's going to stop it, and you're going to hit Sakamoto. Managed to take him off the bike. She managed to land a blow on him, though, so wasn't that what she was comparing herself to? Yep. You can't move the cat. Once they're comfortable. Well, depends what mood I'm in. It's not floating. It's just filled with air or something. Wow. Like he's walking it. It's his pet. You see, I don't think children would be too impressed with just a balloon. I think the novelty of it floating is what... I like his eyes. That they were enlarged, like when cats actually start trying to hunt everything. Something to do with sharks. Okay, yep. Oh, I was about to say all of her stuff is just... Wow, that's not very fair. You see, the problem with Hakase is that she's a bit selfish. And Nano is just oversensitive. Rather... kind of a strong reaction. It was just melon bread. I feel like I'm missing some context behind that. Is his head going to get stuck? Oh no, he can actually make it. Well, he put glue in the middle of it. Hopefully not lead based. Because that doesn't look like a scene from Silent Hill. You see, that's heartbreaking, that is. Yeah, but what are the chances that it would have been poisoned? Yeah, I guess. Because if you always have a negative outlook, then you'll find more bad things happen. That's because you're focusing on it. And is the... Yeah, but you didn't really save the meat bun, did you? You've already used that one. Why not? That's fine. That... It didn't just melt, or it literally burst apart. Yeah, you've already tried it. Wow, okay, there's looking positive and then there's just being... Or just ignore it. it's the bite from the guy hit by a sword. Are we going to see footprint tread? Just go buy another one. Okay, it's only so far being positive can get you. Well, it's a bit wet, but fortunately that will dry. As long as the ice lolly didn't have any dyes, which will spread into the linen. So basically, he's extorting him into the family business, I guess. seems a bit more... Oh, he already lost his hair once. Having it shaved off is one thing, but pulling it out from the roots... Okay. Why is she getting... Was she overthinking things already and then assuming... Sorry. Assuming his answers to things? I suggest getting up and walking before you're strangled, Sakamoto. This is why you need to supervise children around animals. What is this song? Oh dear. Is she afraid of dogs? And obviously Sakamoto. Why is he not melting, but... Yeah, that dog is a bit too affectionate to be able to outrun. Yeah, Maya's not going to do that. Kind of a mean move for Mai to do this to them. With what material? Well, has he already given up? Yeah, essentially. Unfortunately, like most children, or the Sakamoto and Hakase think the worst. Well, they managed to walk past the dog. Well, people have fears about everything. There are some really weird phobias out there. And Yuko's now about to be bitten. Are you going to burst through the planets this time? You see, if this was in Britain, then that dog wouldn't be very safe. It would need to be kind of hidden away now. Unfortunately. It's not exactly helping Hakase's fear of dogs, is it? It's either gonna... It was either going to bite her or relieve itself. I'd advise Hakase to run while they were screaming. Is she actually going to show some sort of compassion? Well, she got over that quickly, didn't she? And what's going to happen about the two on the ground? Well, it's not that bad. It's just a bit of rope. You can release Sakamoto from it, at least. And the dog's back. Who's at the bike? The cry is what made me laugh there. Well, she did. Is Sakamoto dead? But he will be if you don't put him down. Probably because they have to go to A&E. Respect the fallen. Yeah. Right. So, what is the lesson here? And it's meant to be representing. I'm pretty sure quite a lot of the audience are this kid right now. Even if he did have a point, can you be sure that's what he was truly meaning? If you can't even get your name right. Unfortunately, you can't tell if that's just his character or if it's because of his age. There seems to be a lot of. It's not animal abuse because the animals themselves were fine. Well, apart from Sakamoto, that was just animal abuse. But hopefully they didn't inspire fear of dogs into too many people. And not all dogs are going to bite just because they can or because they're there. In fact, I'll be more wary of the owners than the dogs themselves. But in the end of it, you know, Hakuse's going to be happy because she got her shark chocolate. That's her series arc, just to get some shark-related memorabilia. Well, I haven't had melon bread, so I can't make a distinction there. Unfortunately, if anyone wants to send me some, yeah, I would love some proper Japanese cuisine. I mean, I've only got close approximations, or whatever I can get imported, but then that costs. But yeah, not too much to unpack in this one. It was just a lot of, how else to put it other than bad luck. There's the gal that sat on the ice lolly, even though they call it an ice cream. Even though, okay, I have them as different definitions. Don't know how the rest of the world do it. And I've been informed of other things that I wasn't aware of. like how different countries tell time as well. Yuko and Mia bitten by the dogs. Oh yeah, you got Mohawk guy that destroyed a temple and had his hair ripped out. If there's any spare minutes in an episode, it would just come down to him having some sort of destruction happen to his hair, which I think is slightly unfair since we know that it's genetic. You can't really help it. Yeah. And in regards to fears, such as Hakusei's fear of dogs, well, the best way to get over a fear is to face it head on. Unfortunately, the worst kind of scenario, or one of the worst kind of scenarios, happened while she's got struck by this fear. She's not going to get over that very quick. And Sakamoto's a cat, so that's kind of understandable. I'm trying to think of any other characters that kind of popped up. You got the girl that's into kendo, and the other one, but that wasn't really much of a story. It was just a setup for the bike to come past later. And that was about it. Okay, before I start just heading down a road of introspection, trying to figure out what I actually learned from this one, I'm going to move on. So, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully I can get it out on time. And hopefully you join me again for another one. If you did like it, then remember to just hit that little the little button underneath, you know, the one that likes the video. Leave a comment as well. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, just to help it grow a little. And always, if you want just to chat some random stuff with like-minded people, there's links to a Discord as well. There's a link to my Twitter in case everything breaks and I have to get in contact with people, or you guys, and other stuff as well. So yeah, probably I feel like I've forgotten something, but oh well. Join me again for another episode. If there's anything that you would like to see in the future that isn't already on my list, if you go into the description, there's my anime list, which lists everything that's been suggested so far, and it's not on there. Put it down as well, and I might get round to it at some point, if enough people like or want it as well. Yeah, I think I need a break because my mind doesn't seem to be working right now. But yes, this was Nichijou. Hopefully you enjoyed, etc., etc., etc. Join me again, and hopefully we can have some fun.